Hi, I'm Alma Cox, and today's theme is joy, one of my favorite topics, which is why I thought it was important to get my robe on. I'm kind of cracking up because I have a duck sticking out of my head over here, and I have a parrot kind of sticking up over here, and that just makes me even happier. So, all good. So, there are several things that get in the way of our joy, and they can be insecurity, doubt, procrastination. Um, these are the things that kind of thwart us on our path. And I don't think that we need to look at them in some like horrible way. I think that actually they're just reminding us that we need to get back to our joy. And so for today, I'm going to show you a couple sketchbook pages, and I'm going to show you how creativity has expanded these two pages. And it's in an effort to inspire you to, one, if you don't have a sketchbook, it's important to have one. And two, you just never know what even one single page can take you down a rabbit hole of so much joy. And so that's what I'm going to be talking with you today about. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. I begin with picking the first few paints from my paint bin, and really joy begins here. What colors today make my heart sing? It's like I'm a kid in a candy store picking the yummiest looking ones. These get pushed into paper because I find it so satisfying to push paint around, and I let them mix together on a palette or on the paper itself, and it's just all very delicious. And this is really the best part of the way I like to approach painting in my sketchbook, and actually with a lot of my paintings, is to do this background that's just really free and loose, and it really engages my inner child, and I just feel like I'm playing, and there's no pressure. So what question do we ask on the theme of joy? It really begins with, what do you love? And that's the first question you should be asking yourself, like when you picked out the paint. And then next, like, okay, what else do you love? And I already told you I love being in my robe, obviously, but I love my plant children. And there's a trending topic that is about plants and plant lady, and it's fun. And, that's another thing, is that we think sometimes like, oh, it's a trending topic. Oh, everybody's doing it. Oh, it's saturated. And that's just not true. Some of these trends last years, and I think plants have really been in the limelight. So it's a perfect theme, I think, because I know people will relate with their love of plants, and it's all about expanding joy for everyone. Isn't that why we make art? To expand joy for ourselves and for everybody that we know. I love sketchbook painting for its immediacy. In 1 or 2 hours tops, before I have to get up and take a bio break, I have thoroughly satiated my need to make something. Of course, I have had to train my brain to play nice, during the process. Even before I began, I have a little talk with my brain. It's like I sit it down for a chat and I say, it's okay if this doesn't turn out. And I think that's really important to hear, just to tell yourself it's okay if it doesn't turn out. And that's what's cool about sketchbook pages, because you don't have some huge investment, like a canvas, let's say, that might have cost you $25, $30. These are sketchbook pages, and we have a lot of them in a sketchbook. So we set our expectations low in terms of, what we're going to create. It's okay if I create something kind of ugly. So let's just focus on feeling good and pushing that paint. And this is the conversation I have with my brain. Just focus on feeling good. Nobody has to see this. Pressure is off. Okay, so I've created some plant possibilities. Where shall we go next? Well, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go make myself a little oatmeal and a cup of coffee, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Let's take a sip. All right, so we have created some plant possibilities, and you're probably wondering, okay, what's she talking about, expanding the creativity? And actually, I'm giving you a little bit of a hint here with my coffee cup. Products. Fun things that you can put your art on. That's what I'm talking about. And here's an example of, let's see if you can see her. She's got her cozy book, and she's got her cute little dog, and she's got her cozy read. And I'm going to show you the sketchbook page that I created. Now, I wouldn't say that this is more advanced, but if you are a beginning sketchbook person or a beginning artist, seeing something like I'm going to show you is going to seem like, oh my God, that's like a full-on painting. And, yes, it's true. It is. I've been an artist for a long time. I make a lot of paintings. But here's the thing. I started it in a sketchbook, and I would never have gotten here if I hadn't created a lot of art, just small little vignettes of things. Even in this sketchbook that is kind of, got more going on, you can even just do one thing, like a person and a dog or a cute little pig on a chair. You can do a page full of cats, whatever you can do right now. A duck. Okay, so here I am. I've got my plant possibilities. What can I do with them? And truly, this is how it happened. I did my sketchbook pages, and a couple days later, I was inspired, like, okay, wouldn't it be fun to see these on stickers? And the brain, is always going to do its thing. It's always going to be like, whoa, you don't know the first thing about making stickers, beware. It's always doing that thing, right? Like danger, don't go near that cliff of making a sticker for goodness sakes, And so this is where, our wise old woman, let's say, in her robe, steps in and says, no, we got this. We live in a day and age of print on demand, and there's all kinds of videos on YouTube that can show me the way, and it's going to be fine. But a lot of times, and I've done this so many times in my life, right? We block the idea, we block the inspiration. We think we have to be perfect experts at things, and that's just not the case. So what do? You start from the end. So you've got your sketchbook page, all done. And then the next thing is the sticker. So we just go on to some company's website. Let's call it like Printify. That's what I used, Printify. And you look at what the sticker template is, the dimensions of it. And it doesn't require some very expensive photo editing software, something where you can make your stickers, like cut them out digitally. That's the important part. So I use my iPad, and I know not everybody has one, but there are ways around this. And that's not what this video is about, but I just want to tell you that there is a way to make these small items artwork that you can print. What I like about the process that I do is that I like to make just really rough brushstroke outlines. And so it's very forgiving because I don't have to be like super perfect. I'm not using my Photoshop app. I could use that software, but I don't have to do that. I can just use my iPad and just do a careful little cutout of something. So once this is done, I order stickers for myself, and oh my God, well, around here, it's like the Middle Ages because I live in Portugal, and everything just takes weeks. So literally it's going to take 3 weeks for my stickers to get here. But what's cool is that if you live in the United States and you order my stickers, it's going to take you like less than a third of that time. So for all of you immediate gratification people that have to have everything this red hot minute, Portugal might not be the country for you. So what else on this expanding creativity theme that I have? Well, now that I had the sheets done, I made my stickers, I got them. I have to, put them on social media. The all important algorithm has to be fed like it's a monster. I really believe that we market ourselves, all the time, really, when we're talking to people. I get so many more, I get commissions from talking to people. I receive, nice messages through YouTube and they want to know more, or I teach my classes and they want to know more. It's not all social media, but okay, let's just like pretend for the sake of argument that we have to make something for social media to get our stickers out and everybody will see them. So what's fun about YouTube is that there are so many ideas. So I kind of got this hit of inspiration. I don't know, because she's a plant lady and she's in her robe and she's got her plants, that somehow she has to be in her house because these are indoor plants. So I thought, okay, I want some idea that will be like a little indoor situation. I don't know what yet, but so I let that percolate. I went on a walk, I let that percolate, and I got this idea like, what about just going to, like, we have these very affordable stores here that sell like very affordable sketchbooks. What if I cut it into a house shape? And then I thought, oh, it's just like a lot of work. I want it to be even easier. So I went onto YouTube and I found this artist who inspired me greatly. And she uses one piece of paper to create this little house book. And then I went a little bit further and I thought, oh, well, who else is making these one-page books out of their art? And then I found this other artist whose process I really loved. So I combined the two. And I took one idea of the house shape, and then I took this other artist's idea of painting both sides of the paper in a very loose, free style that really spoke to me, because that's how I approach my artwork too. So here I'm showing you what I did to create something for social media that was also joy for me. And let's get back to that, okay? Because I know I keep talking about these ideas or whatever, but the important thing is that they bring you joy. And that's kind of why, I bring up this like idea of like my robe. Okay, so I want to get back to the expansion of creativity and the expansion of joy and the creativity. It only takes one little element. It could be one single cat that brings you joy. And the reason I'm making a big deal about like wearing my robe and showing you my robe and telling you I love my robe is it's kind of the same thing. I really love my robes. I have had all kinds throughout, the years, and I primarily make my art in my robe. Why? Because it brings me joy. It's comfortable. I can, push my sleeves up and we're ready. We're good to go. And I say it because, when you feel enthusiasm about something, you feel love for something, that love has no choice but to expand. And I can't tell you, I've made so many artworks featuring a robe, a woman in her robe, a girl in her robe, because it's just fun. And it's the same thing with, one little thing that you might love that you start with in your sketchbook. Okay, so by the time my stickers arrived, my little house was ready for them. And look at just how fun, right? And this is just a perfect little video that I could post on TikTok if I want to, or on Instagram Reels if I want to, or on stories, even on Pinterest. And then I can link my stickers back to my Etsy store. But all the while, I have been in a state of joy. And okay, so then what? So I've had these sticker pages made, and then of course it's like, of course, I need to make a pattern out of this, And yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. There is a learning curve. There's a learning curve to making patterns, and there are a bazillion videos on YouTube where I learned how to make patterns that you can learn how to make patterns too. I did mine on my iPad. That's how I learned. What's fun about this simple thing of creating little elements, in your sketchbook, is that you can combine them into different ways to make a pattern. You can use just one single thing, like this cute little house plant, Victorian house plant thing, as one motif for your pattern. It just takes one. And it's just super fun to then see, and mine's kind of wrinkled, but it's super fun to see how the art turns out on fabric. I will say that the sky's the limit. I made an apron for it, and that was in my Etsy shop for a little bit, and that was super fun too. So yes, It takes a little bit of oomph to get us past those little hurdles, right? That like, I don't know, I don't think I can, I don't know, I've never done spoon flower. Is it really worth it? All the things. These are all the things, you guys, that keep us from really making stuff happen for ourselves. And really, it's just a way to feed yourself more joy because it's really fun. And it's not easy. I'm not going to tell you it's super easy because that would be a lie. Yeah, you have to get over yourself. You have to get over yourself and learn how to make a pattern and then, post it on Spoonflower, and you have to write all the SEO information and you have to write the right tags and the description and all of that. But it doesn't take that long. And the sense of satisfaction and again, the deepening of joy that comes with it is really worth it because you're worth it. But what I discover most about this insistence, this stubborn insistence I have about joy is that my confidence grows. And I think that that's probably one of the main obstacles for a lot of artists when they want to expand their art, or they get these good ideas or they see other artists making it look so easy. It's not easy, but it's also not hard. It just takes a little bit of time to learn and then to do. But focusing on your joy really goes a long way. What are you painting? Are you painting things that you love? If all you want to do is paint cute dogs, then do that for as long as you can. Ride the wave of joy. It's really a gift. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful that you are. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I don't post regularly because I have a lot of things going on. And again, it's all about my joy. So I'm really listening and trying to pay attention to the next thing that brings me joy. But I love my YouTube channel and I love inspiring you, and I hope that you are. And I really love to receive comments, and they really fuel me and any questions that you have. So I'm listening, happy to answer, and I always do. Okay, you guys, happy creating. Bye.